Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to the final day of the amazing Sesame and Peanut World Conference. Are we ready? Thank you. And let me tell you that our speakers are super ready, and some of them have been waiting for quite a while. So it's lovely to have the ones that have made it here. I can imagine with such a lovely property and a destination and such a beautifully laid out breakfast, a bit of delay is a given. And I'm hoping that as we start the session, we'll have more and more people walking in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your final day of the conference. We have a lovely first half of the day. We wind up at lunch, and of course then you have the rest of the day to yourself for departures or to explore this gorgeous property and this lovely destination. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host for the conference, Ruchika Davar, and as I start this morning yet again, let me start by once again thanking our esteemed sponsors who've made this amazing event possible for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's still pretty early in the morning. Everyone is still a bit hungover from the last night. Did we have a good time last night? Yeah? All right. So I won't force you to clap, but once I'm done with the entire list of the sponsors, I'd urge that we'll give them a collective round of applause. So we'll start with our title sponsors. A big thank you going out to Mamta Commodities, our diamond sponsors, Blue Diamond Import and Export, and Mast Kalandar group of companies. Our gala dinner last night that we so enjoyed was brought to us by ETG. Our lanyard sponsors have been Torque. The delegate kit sponsors have been Padam Group, Multigreen International. Our Sesame session yesterday was sponsored by JK Group of Companies. Our lunch has been sponsored by NES. Our associate sponsors for the conference have been Rainbow Seed and Spices Private Limited, Alpha Group, Agrox Gulf Holding. Our classic sponsors this year are Vibgure, DSN Agri Commodities, Afri Ventures, SSB FZE, SSSB DMCC, Valency, Hakan Foods DMCC, Spectrum, USDA Lutheran World Relief, Bajrang International DMCC, Adroit, and Monada. Our networking break sponsors have been Lino Gulf and BM Commodities. The health partner is Idayam. The conference is being supported by a host of bodies, of which are the host country partners, Jordan Tourism Board, Camera Argentina del Mani, Capexi Paraguay, Copega, Unopia, Aspex, Abicab, National Sesame Seed Association of Nigeria, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Interprofessional Sesame du Burkina Faso, Ethiopian Pulses Oilseed and Spice Produce Exporters Association, Noropman, Global AG Info, GAG. So ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude this, can we give a collective round of applause to all of these corporates, these bodies for having supported us this year. This has been a very amazing conference thus far. We just have the next couple of hours to go. Let's make it as engaging and as interactive as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, yet again, today morning, we start with a very special address. And the lady who I'm going to be introducing now is accomplished, is very well known and inspirational in equal measures with the kind of stellar work that she has been doing in Burkina Faso. I think the few lines that have been given to me about her are truly insufficient. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Kouka Zoungrana is the country director for Lutheran World Relief in Burkina Faso, a senior program administrative manager with more than 17 years of experience in complex and multidisciplinary functions and programs in field of food security, livelihoods, climate change, integrated agricultural value chains, and development in West Africa. Currently, she is leading the entire programs in Burkina Faso. Ladies and gentlemen, she holds a multitude of degrees, including 2 specialized degrees, master's degrees in integrated water resource management and innovation and development in rural area. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands up for the amazing Kouka Zoungrana as she takes up the podium and motivates and inspires us today morning to do more and to do better. Let's give her a warm round of applause.
Can I move? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Good morning again, everyone. I hope you had a restful night. Thank you and congratulations to organizers for this conference, and also thank you for giving us opportunity to share a bit what Lutheran World Relief is doing in Burkina Faso in this West African country. During those few days, people ask us, are you producing sesame? Are you exporting sesame? No. Lutheran World Relief is not a company producing or exporting sesame. This organization is a non-governmental organization and a non-profit organization working with most vulnerable communities to improve their life. Yesterday also we discussed about challenges in the sesame value chain in different countries, including in Burkina Faso. So Lutheran World Relief work is to facilitate, in the sesame value chain, to facilitate your work, exporters' business in the country. So we also discuss about those challenges, so we try to tackle, to address those challenges with different actors in this country. So I would like to just share with you this organization initiative and impact in Burkina Faso value chain. I have my colleague Bishu Kuzimbo here. She will be pleased to support in responding in some of our questions. This presentation will be follow those different points. I would like to go directly to the first. So I would like to briefly talk about the sesame value chain in Burkina Faso. The sesame in Burkina Faso is very important for the national economy. It is the second agricultural export product in the country, and more than 1.5 million of producers, farmers, is working in this value chain, and unfortunately, I will say that less than 10% of this sesame produced in the country is processed locally, and this is with women working with artisanal, in an artisanal way. The sesame in the country has very high potential in terms of oil, in terms of quality, and we have mostly the white sesame which is produced in the country. And if I would like to see the value or the quality of the sesame, taking the data for December 2022 about the price, you'll see that the Burkina Faso sesame has the most expensive price compared to different countries in the West Africa region. This shows the quality of the sesame in this country. And we have different exporters, importers of sesame in the country, including Singapore, China, Japan. We have also Togo and Ghana, but for us, it is just a transit for the sesame to consumers' countries. From 2017 to 2022, we noticed that the exportation statistics show that the value of the sesame exported from Burkina Faso is about 480 million. For the current campaign, the current production season, we expect to have more than 227 metric tons of sesame. And the campaign is very good. We had very good rainfall, so we think that in 2 months, we will have a lot of production in the country. Now, talk briefly about the project. Briefly, our sesame marketing and export project is funded by the US government, the Department of Agriculture, under the Food for Progress program. We have started since 2016, and this project will end in 2025. Lutheran World Relief, as the prime of this project, is working with different actors, including the government of Burkina Faso, NGOs, and private sectors to improve the quality and the quantity of the sesame produced in Burkina Faso, and also improve access to opportunities, market opportunities for producers as well as for exporters. We are implementing different activities, including access to market, market information, capacity building of farmers' organization, and also extension agents to support the production, facilitating the access to financial services, and also supporting cooperative to get warehouses, infrastructure to support the production. So we already yesterday talked about the challenges we are addressing in this project since its beginning. Just want to share some few major achievements of this project. First of all, I would like to say that this one, the improvement of the cooperative operations, is the base of the sustainability of the value chain of sesame in Burkina Faso. In the beginning of the project, the cooperative were not organized. The farmers were not organized. So everyone is going by his front to produce a sesame and to sell it in the farm gate. But the project supports those cooperatives to be able now to strategically and operationally plan the production for the campaign and also for the commercializations. So they can gather, they can estimate what they need in terms of input, in terms of finance, get loans in the bank, and then support their farmers to produce the sesame. And we have the extension agents who monitor closely the farmers during the production process to ensure that they are producing quality of sesame. And when it's come the period of sales, those cooperatives organize the sales in group in the different locations, so that to facilitate the exporters or the buyers' work, they are now able to sign contract with different buyers and respect their commitment in those contracts, and then reimburse the credit they take with the bank or the microfinance, support the cooperative operations, and pay the different farmers for the sesame they sold. So this is very important, and support the production and the sustainability of the program and the sesame in the country. Other data I would like to share, as I said, is the increase of the functionality of those cooperatives. In the beginning, we started with less than 45 cooperatives. And last year, we were working with more than 249 cooperatives. And we increased the area of sesame. We increased the purity of level of the sesame produced by those cooperatives, and also the value of the sesame in those cooperatives already also improved. In the beginning, those cooperatives were able to sell sesame for a value of 2.8 million. But the accumulation, the total of sales for those 5 years reached 213 millions by the project beneficiaries. This is a very great achievement. And most of those sales are being done through contract. More than 3,000 contracts were signed and honored by those cooperatives. I talk about the capacity of those cooperatives to gather the sesame and sell it in group. And this is very good for the buyers, because they can have big quantity from every cooperative and facilitate the process for transaction. The project also supports to establish a pricing committee and mobile brigade control for the sesame. So all of actors come together to set up a minimum price for the sesame and to protect the farmers, so that from the farm gate sales, we can have, those farmers can have the minimum price to gain and to live from their activities. We have also support the development of legislative texts with the government bodies, and with the Sept, we supported the drafting of constitutions for the proposed African Sesame Alliance. Our strategic priorities for the coming years is to continue to support the Sept, which is the Interprofessional Sesame Association in Burkina Faso, to move forward with this Sesame Alliance for Africa sesame countries producers. I would also continue to advocate with the different ministries about the legislation on the text related to pricing committee and mobile brigade. Will already expand the scope of the program by reaching more cooperative in different locations. And another point very important for you, yesterday we talked about contamination, we talked about traceability. So LWR Whaling is to support this work and reinforce the quality of the sesame produced in Burkina Faso through minimizing the contamination of salmonella or other pathogen in the country. We don't have them. We did not record that, but it is important to have some measure from the cooperative level till the buyers to protect and to avoid those kind of contamination, if any. And would like also, as I said, to support the traceability system. Now we don't have a traceability system so that the exporters can know where the sesame they are paying in the country come from which village, from which cooperative. And they would like also to know, or would like to support them to identify what are the non-trade barriers that the exporters can face when they want to export sesame from Burkina Faso. And our big interest in this conference is to have exporters involved with us on this initiative of traceability, because it is something which will be very helpful for the producers, but also for the exporters in the country. I would like to conclude by saying that Burkina Faso is and remain a country where the sesame business could be done, and where the exporters will do very great business in sesame value chain. So thank you very much for your attention.
Do we have any questions for ma'am? If you do, just raise your hand up in the air, please. Any questions about the initiatives, plans ahead? All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. I invite you to take your seat. I request you to kindly not leave the hall till the end of this session, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker delivering a special address this morning, it's time for me to invite the National Coordinator of Sesame Research Program for Tanzania, Tanzania Agriculture Research Institute, Mr. Joseph Nzunda. Mr. Nzunda is a professional crop scientist working in the sesame research since 2006 and holds a degree in crop science, an MSc in crop science, a BSc in agriculture and diploma in general agriculture and certificate in agriculture and livestock production training and workshops in Japan, Philippines, Malawi, Kenya, Zambia and Nigeria. His functions are research coordination and guidance to scientists, and he has participated in releasing 2 varieties of sesame, 2 sunflower, 11 peanut crop varieties, and also for the maintenance of sesames. He is a very hands-on resource. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands up for Mr. Joseph Nzunda.
Good morning, everyone. As she has already introduced, I'm Joseph Nzunda from the United Republic of Tanzania, working under the government in the Ministry of Agriculture at Tanzania Agricultural Research Institute. This morning, I'll going to present on the efforts or initiative of the government to improve yield and income levels of the farmer connected with Sesame. So the agenda will be the government efforts. That's the main agenda. I will have a short introduction and some recommendation. Tanzania is a very big country which has square kilometers more than 900,000 and with a population of 61 million. And we have the Arab land for farming, which is more than 13 million hectares. And Tanzania is one of among the top 10 producers of sesame in the world. And we produce more than 600,000 metric tons. So the government is supporting the crop, and the crop is among the strategic crop in some parts of the country. There are many initiatives. One is to increase seed production. You know, agriculture without seeds is nothing. So the government is putting effort on supporting the seed dealers and the agricultural seed agents, which is under the government. So the government is supporting even other companies, the private organization, non-government organization that deal with seed production. So to increase seed production, the government is supporting. It even increased the budget for seed production and increased the budget for research from 11 million Tanzanian shilling to 41 billion, from 11 billion to 41. It is also controlling the quality. You know, when farmer produce good quality sesame, then they are sure of getting good prices. So now the government is putting efforts to make sure that there's maximum use of improved varieties. And because our customers in Tanzania buy white sesame, so we concentrate to make sure that farmers are producing this white sesame, avoiding the mixture. So there is a thorough and serious checkup in the agricultural marketing cooperatives and in the cooperative unions. Another thing is the provision of agricultural inputs. The government is now supporting to the farmers through local government authorities and even through by supporting giving seeds, but also with other stakeholders are assisting the government, and is also assisting by providing some funds to support agricultural activities like research. Another thing which the government is doing is to establish block farming. Through block farming, it's easier to give technical backup and to train more farmers to make sure that they can produce the high quality product. The government is also improving the extension service. Like last year, it supported the agricultural extension officers by providing more than 2,000 motorcycles to make sure that the agricultural extension officers can reach farmers and train farmers on all good agricultural practices. So one of the initiatives the government is doing is to set such to provide such facilities which it was not providing, but also building the capacity of these extension officers to make sure that they deliver what is required to the farmers. Another thing is that in Tanzania now we have a warehouse receipt system which is being introduced. It is now operating in some parts of the country, like in the Lindi region, in Mtwara region. It is expanding to Songwe, Within the country, we had few regions which were growing. Some of you who know Tanzania, that Lindi was the place where sesame was being produced. But nowadays, we have other regions like Dodoma is producing, we have Morogoro, we have Katavi, we have Singida, and many other regions now are coming in for producing sesame, and because it is a cash crop now. So this warehouse receipt system is expanding, is where we will have good data and good information on the amount which is being produced. I know the presentation yesterday mentioned the production which is less than the 500,000. But this is because some data on the production are not recorded. It was easier to trace only those which are through the warehouse receipt system. But there are some of the produce which are sold out of the system, and that's why you may find that we are producing a lot, and there we produce a lot, but not everything is recorded, and that's why you may see that some presented that the production is low. But another thing which the government is now strategic doing, in Tanzania, farmers were just shifting cultivation. Farmer will just cut the land, clear the bush, plant there, and the next season they will go to other places. So the government has decided to have a system of dealing with the soil health, but by constructing a laboratory, but also having a system to make sure that we test the soil and be able to assist the farmers to reuse the land by either fertilizing or seeing the properties of the soil. So to avoid shift cultivation, the government now is putting the emphasis to assist. But another thing in research and development, research and innovation, we have the program of developing new varieties. We have a strong breeding program where we develop seeds, and we develop according to what the market, the preference of the market, but we mainly concentrate on high yielding varieties, but also which are tolerant to the climate change, trying to breed varieties which are early maturing and resistant to diseases and any other challenges in the field. That's main activities, and the government is supporting, but the good thing is that the farmers have also decided to support the research program. That's a very good news, that through the cooperative union and through the local government, when they sell, a part of the income which is obtained is also set for the research program. So you can see farmers in Mtwara region and in Lindi, they are contributing some of the income to make sure that the research and innovation is taking a place. But that is the initiative of the farmers, but and the government. So another thing is to create conducive, this is the last initiative I'm going to talk, to create conducive environment and maintain the following available opportunity. In Tanzania, we have opportunities that the good thing, we have suitable land for sesame. That's why I mentioned that the expansion of sesame now is going in other regions. And because it is now getting good prices, many farmers are now getting into these farming activities. So in Lindi example, if someone wants to invest, can just meet the regional commissioner, and you can easily get the land for farming, because we have plenty and we have land. So the government is encouraging people to invest and expand fields for sesame. But also there is a bit of a strong research program, as I have said, which is ready to collaborate and work together with other researchers and other people who deal with sesame. We have started now collaborating with other organizations like SwissAid. We have started documenting some different germplasm in the country and working with them to make sure that we expand this and make a strong research program. But also the police is good, and the country is peaceful. All this make that we have willingness of farmers and the availability of improved seeds. So those are the initiatives. Having said this, I would just comment that the major factor to enable farmers produce more normally is price. When you have price, you are sure that many farmers will come in and will increase production. So we encourage people to set good prices to ensure that the many people will enter into the field of production. So we can meet the world demand for sesame is very easy, and many of them will just stay there. But also buyers are invited to come and buy, because nowadays we have a good system of selling. We have the selling through auction, and we are sure that people may be just here in Jordan and they will be able to buy sesame in Tanzania as time goes. So due to availability of land and good varieties, farmers can produce enough, and in order to satisfy the demand of sesame in the world, it is important all stakeholders to join hands and have a regional implementation plan for research, production, and processing. After having said this, I thank you very much for listening, and I also thank you very much the organizers and our MC, who is very nice. In Swahili we do say asante kwa kusikiliza. That means thank you for listening.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Nzunda. And ladies and gentlemen, do we have any questions for the avid researcher? Any questions? Any new sesame varieties that you're interested in and you would like to find out? All right. So in that case, for now, as we conclude this session, no questions, sir. I'd invite you to take your seat in the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, as is the tradition, at the conclusion of every session, we present mementos to our speakers. So I would kindly request Ms. Zoungrana and Mr. Nzunda to stay in the hall. And towards the end of the coming up session, we'll present all the mementos together.